So next, guys, we're going to talk about the coaching progression for the medicine ball clean. I really enjoy coaching this, especially with new members. If you haven't heard me coach this before, I tend to use the analogy of going camping. I'll set a medicine ball in the center of the group, and I'll say it's our campfire, and that the medicine ball itself is our stick for roasting marshmallows. And I'll use the thread area here as our marshmallow. And I always try to enforce the fact that we never want to eat our marshmallows before they're nice and warm and ready to eat. And what I mean by that is when we start to do the progressions, at all times, I want the threads or the marshmallow facing forward of the fire. If they get in the habit of, as they turn the deadlift shrug and the drop under, instead of shrugging and falling under, they pull the ball or the bar towards their face. They'll be facing the thread to their face or eating their marshmallow. We know that they're doing the wrong movement. They're curling the bar opposed to pulling themselves under and dropping under with speed. So I use that analogy. I think it's kind of fun. I think I picked that up from Nicole Carroll at headquarters in one of our training sessions out here at the South Metro or Parker Fire. I liked it, stuck with me, and I kind of use that. So feel free to use that. If you feel a little awkward, just make up your own way of training that. So the first part of progression I use in foundations, sets of 10 at least, each of these progressions, if the clients are picking them up well. If it needs to be more, I'll add more reps. So we're going to start with just the progression of the deadlift. And as you saw before, the same setup, feet, heels just at or outside the shoulder part, grabbing the ball between the legs, just enough room to move, good lumbar curve, nice and tight, chest up, head up, looking forward, and just standing into a nice tall deadlift. Really give it a focus on pushing those hips open and fully open the hips every time. So we'll go through 10 of these. If everything's looking good, we'll go on to deadlift with a shrug, and we'll really focus on a fast shrug with no arm bend. And a lot of times I'll come up to my toes and just kind of a progression of speed and let them do as well. As long as they know, as soon as they come up on their toes, they put those heels back down to the ground right away. Don't hang up on your toes, okay? So 10 of the deadlifts with a shrug. Looks like they're mastering that, and usually at this point, people get that pretty easy. We'll go ahead and move the progression up to the front squat, okay? And fold the ball here in the same position, catch it in a rack position, and practice a few front squats, getting nice and deep, elbows up, keeping good movement. All right. Front squat, pretty easy. The position is a little different than the full rack position. Obviously, we're here, just really focusing on the importance of staying on the heels, lumbar curve, getting as much depth as they possibly can. There's going to be times in class where we have clients who can't get full depth, and just work the best depth you can get them with a nice tight core in a nice tight position. From the front squat, we're going to go to skip jumps. Now, skip jumps, if you remember from the clean snatch, is going from that jumping position to the landing position, all right, in the rack position with the ball. Now remember, when we're set up for the medicine ball clean, our feet are already pretty much in that wider stance. So even though we're doing a skip jump, taking our feet off the floor and jumping to our landing position, there shouldn't be a lot of difference between jumping here and landing here, opposed to when we actually do the lift, our feet are here, we land here. In the medicine ball clean, we're already here, we're going to land here, okay? So I'll show 2 or 3 skip jumps from the front and 2 or 3 skip jumps from the side with the medicine ball. Remember to coach speed to the bottom, beating the ball down, okay? From the skip jump, things are looking good. We're going to go to the shrug and drop under. So starting from the top position, we'll have them shrug and skip jump to the bottom. And so they should see that transition of fast elbows from here to below to a catch, okay? Big key is remember marshmallow stays forward. They should be bending it and turning for themselves, okay? So we'll show that from the front first. shrug, shrug, full speed, that progression right there is probably going to be the hardest for most people. Going really slow, they'll start turning the ball to them, eating the marshmallow. Just remember to coach them, fingers down. As they pull in the shrug, release the hands, fast elbows, and catch the ball, and concentrate on getting that bottom squat position and beating the ball down, okay? If everything starts to look good, clean things up as much as possible, and move to the full med ball clean from the floor. They can start this progression out slow, and speed it up as they get it, okay? All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go through progressions again. From the side view, I'll do 2 of each: deadlift, shrug, front squat, skip jumps, shrug, drop under skip jumps, and then full med ball clean from the side view. And I'll try to do it slow so you guys can see the repetitions. Deadlift, shrug, up to the front squat, and now skip jumps from the front squat rack position. Now shrug with the skip jump. Into the full medicine ball clean.